Your home for local.
Thank you, Jeff. And we're not quite there for that sunny Sunday yet, but we are working our way through there. Let's look at the WCLU constant coverage in studio radar screen this morning. And the important thing to know is that we have a whole lot more rain to go. In fact, I'm noticing some of the heavier little embedded showers that are south of the Barren River State Park in Allen County over into Warren County. That's going to be a pretty big downpour here in the next 15 to 20 minutes. If you're going south on 31E, when you cross over into Allen County, you could run into some serious, very serious type of heavy rainfall there. We have recorded 4.95 inches, call it 5 inches. We recorded almost 5 inches of rainfall overnight, and the rain continues to pick up in strength. And as I say, coming in from Allen County up into Barren County, pretty heavy downpours there. And all the rain extends well down almost to the Tennessee-Alabama line. So we've got a ways for Harvey to finish knocking on the door here today. Let's see. The overnight we've had some winds up to about 21 miles an hour out of the northeast. Barometer's down at 29.74 and 98% humidity. Now, as far as overnight activity goes, we had a call from a listener just a second ago about the Glover Road off of Highway 90 being flooded. And in addition to that, also a tree is down. That's the Glover Road off of Highway 90. Now, we also have had some traffic accidents in the early morning hours, particularly over on I-65 when the rain really started coming down at the 53-mile marker, at the 45-mile marker. Thus far, we are not aware of injuries in any of those accidents, but we do know that several volunteer fire departments have been called out early this morning because of trees down and some flooding, things of that nature. And, the sun is still just trying to come up, and so we're not going to be able to see all the problems out there before you get there. You're just going to have to be very aggressive in the way that you watch the roadway. No matter where you're trying to get to today, you got to factor in some extra time to get there. So we'll, and of course, we'll check in with Angela Briggs right now in the WCLU newsroom. And we'll have lots more about the weather coming up. Angela, good morning.
Good morning. Just before 4 this morning, the National Weather Service did issue a flash flood warning for our listening area, which will remain in effect until about 7:45 this morning. So be sure not to miss this morning's top story at 7, where I've got Tracy Shirley coming by the station. Tracy's the Emergency Management Director for Barren County, and we're going to talk about what the rains from Hurricane Harvey will mean for this area. Mammoth Cave National Park Chief Ranger Laura Peppers announced yesterday the park has closed both Green and Nolin River within the boundary of the park for all craft in readiness for the high water threat from Tropical Storm Harvey. The weather system, which has caused catastrophic flooding in other states, is expected to dump somewhere near 6 inches of rain in western Kentucky between Thursday and Saturday. In addition to closing the Green and Nolin rivers inside the park's also closed Denison Ferry day use area and has suspended issuing all floodplain and River Island camping permits. Vicki Carson with Mammoth Cave National Park said the closures will remain in place until further notice. And Glasgow police make at least a second arrest this week after receiving a complaint of a driver slumped over the steering wheel of his vehicle. Officer Pointer with Glasgow police arrested 27-year-old Anthony Brown of Glasgow after receiving a complaint that there was a driver slumped over the wheel of his vehicle on the bypass in front of Sonic. EMS was notified. They also responded to evaluate. Upon arrival, they found Brown again slumped over the steering wheel of his vehicle. According to police, there was an open Coors Light beer can sitting in the cup holder next to the driver's seat. Upon further investigation, they found a prescription of tramadol that did not belong to Brown inside the vehicle, as well as a cigar pack containing spice. Brown also said he had drunk 5 to 6 beers previously that evening. Brown was taken to the Barren County Detention Center and lodged on charges of terroristic threatening, possession of an open alcohol beverage container in a motor vehicle, possession of a controlled substance, disorderly conduct second degree, operating on a suspended or revoked operator's license, wanton endangerment, DUI, and possession of synthetic drugs. Well, discussion will get underway for the second time at 9 a.m. this morning about traffic in downtown Glasgow, as well as parking and safety in and around the square. A joint meeting of the infrastructure committees of both Glasgow City Council, the Glasgow Barron County Chamber of Commerce, and the Barron Fiscal Court will all get together this morning. It's actually a follow-up from their July 31st meeting. Again, the group is going to identify and develop recommendations as it relates to downtown traffic, safety, as well as parking. And due to today's forecast, Warren Cunningham, the athletic director for Barron County Schools, says they have postponed Barron County's homecoming activities scheduled for tonight. He also says the band will not be performing before the game. However, kickoff is still scheduled for 7 p.m. Well, at 6:14 a.m. on this finally Friday morning, 66 degrees.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy. But that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Personal service is what it's all about at Bailey Gibson. From the showroom to the service bay, we offer the most up-to-date service and sales available. If you know Dad, you know he's not too keen on high-tech gadgets. His flip phone is about as techy as he gets. Because of Dad's down-to-earth approach in business, Bailey Gibson customers know they can depend on us for the best price on their newer used vehicle. Stop by or give us a call and find out what true personal service is all about.
Come on, give my dandy a call.
Well, I love it.
I know, right? I saw it and I was just like, oh, I have to have it.
Is it suede?
Suede. Love suede.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Well, I love it. I know, right? I saw it and I was like, have to have it. Is it suede? It's suede. I love suede.
That's why we're there with renter's insurance when things go wrong, but also here with a rewards credit card to help life go right. State Farm.
Talk to State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow today.
The Glasgow EPB is on Facebook and Twitter. Be the first to know when the EPB makes improvements such as new channels or new services. Wondering what's going on during an outage? The EPB provides constantly updated information that you can receive via Twitter on your cell phone. Plus, learn great new tips to lower your bill. On Facebook, just search for Glasgow Electric Plant Board and click the like button at the top right. On Twitter, search for the Glasgow EPB, then follow us and have updates linked to your cell phone. The Glasgow EPB, bringing you the future fast.
In more local news, whether you're looking for a job or just curious as to what is available locally, the Kentucky Career Center is the first place you should check.
If you are looking for a job or want to further your education, the Housing Authority of Glasgow is hosting a career and resource fair at the Hero Center at 100 Cheatham Street, Glasgow, Kentucky, Friday, September the 8th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. On-site interviews will be conducted, so dress to impress. For more information, contact Jennifer Bannister or Wade Copus at 270-651-3859. The Kentucky Rehabilitation Association Annual Training Conference is September the 13th through the 14th at Owensboro Convention Center. For more information, please contact Kelly Bass at 270-651-5147. The Rehabilitation Association will also be hosting an inaugural 5K Dash for Disabilities to kick off the conference. If anyone is interested in participating, please contact Kelly Bass at 270-651-5147. The fourth annual Barron County College and Career Fair is Monday, October the 23rd from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Barron County High School Gymnasium.
In more local news, at $2.45, today's national gas price average is the highest recorded price for a gallon of unleaded so far this year. The near-term combinations of numerous refinery and pipeline shutdowns, as well as tightened access to supply levels in the Gulf and anticipated high gas demand surrounding Labor Day weekend, means motorists may not have seen the full impact of Harvey at the pump. As of Wednesday, the Department of Energy reports that 10 Gulf Coast refineries remain shut down. 6 have begun the process of assessing damage and restarting, which may take several days. 2 refineries in the Gulf Coast region are operating at reduced rates. Refineries in Louisiana could shut down or reduce rates as Harvey moves east. When it comes to local averages, for 1 gallon of regular unleaded Bowling Green comes in with the lowest at $2.24. Scottsville is at $2.27. Brownsville is at $2.29. Horse Cave is at $2.40. Cave City and Park City are both at $2.45. Glasgow and Tompkinsville are at $2.48. Munfordville is at $2.46. Smiths Grove $2.59, and Edmonton has the highest area average for 1 gallon of regular unleaded at $2.65. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs at 6:19 a.m., 66 degrees.
Here to announce the launch of McDonald's new signature sriracha sandwich, and they decided to turn it up. It's topped with crispy onions, fresh baby spinach, and kale. Onions and baby greens. That's not all. They decided to turn it up even more. They created an exclusive sriracha mac sauce with just the right kick of spice. Yeah, but it's here only for a limited time. The McDonald's signature sriracha sandwich. Where are you going?
BR Tire. From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Haley Hansen. A man is convicted of conspiring with soldiers to steal sensitive military equipment and sell it to foreign buyers.
A federal jury on Thursday found 27-year-old John Roberts of Clarksville guilty of conspiracy to steal and sell government property, 2 counts of violating the Arms Export Control Act, and 10 counts of wire fraud. Prosecutors said more than $1 million worth of weapons parts, body armor, helmets, gun sights, and other equipment was stolen from Fort Campbell and sold in a vast black market. Roberts faces up to 5 years in prison for the conspiracy charge and up to 20 years for each count of wire fraud and arms export violations. I'm Suzanne Duval.
Legendary college basketball coach Denny Crum is recovering from what doctors are calling a minor stroke. Family members say the former University of Louisville coach suffered a stroke while fishing with his wife in Alaska and was taken by helicopter to a hospital yesterday. He's undergoing tests but is expected to be okay. Dozens of people rally in Louisville yesterday for National Overdose Awareness Day.
And this is a threat to the fabric and the fiber of our country and our children going forward.
Commonwealth's attorney Mike O'Connell, whose own son died from an overdose, as well as several other state officials, talked about the dangers of drug addiction in the Commonwealth. To celebrate George Garvin Brown's birthday, Brown-Forman is releasing its Old Forester Birthday Bourbon.
It's the 16th year for the birthday bourbon, released each September.
It's different. Every year is different. Some years are spicy, some are sweet, some are malty, some are citrusy. You know, that's the beauty of it, is just being able to collect all of them to taste.
Old Forester Master Taster Jackie Zykan says 120 barrels from May 27, 2005 were selected. The bourbon is released September 2nd, George Garvin Brown's birthday. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
And I'm Haley Hansen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
BR Tire. We're always on call and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-thru window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit SouthCentralKYMonuments.com.
Coming to the Cave City Convention Center, September the 8th, it's Jimmy Fortune of the famed Statler Brothers.
When my feeble life is o'er.
Jimmy Fortune.
Just a closer walk with me, just a closer walk with just a
And Jimmy will be joined by High Road. And the Sneed family. It's the perfect evening of great gospel music. You'll save money by getting your tickets now at the early bird price of $15 for general admission and $20 reserved seating. Tickets will go up $10 more at the door the day of the show. Jimmy Fortune, High Road, and the Sneed family, September the 8th at 7 p.m. Take advantage of the early bird price today and save $10 per ticket. You can go online at CaveCityConventionCenter.com to order. 624 WCLU, 66 degrees. We're under a flash flood warning until 7:45 this morning. We have tripped over the 5-inch mark on the rain gauge. That's right. In the last 24 hours, we have now officially hit a little over 5 inches of rainfall. Let's be aware of that. We've been continuing to try to tell you about some travel issues that we're aware of. Some on I-65 this morning. Hadn't been reported any injuries there, but there's some difficulty in getting through some of the hydroplaning, and some of the cars have flipped over, hit the wall. There was a potential injury accident at the 53-mile marker. It turned out to be a non-injury accident. And again, I want to remind you about the Glover Road off of Highway 90 is flooded. And a listener reports that a tree is down, too, on the Glover Road. We've had quite a bit of wind overnight, so there's probably more trees that we're going to find out more about here as the morning gets moving along a little further here. In funeral announcements this hour, Kathy Jesse, age 64, of Horse Cave, died Wednesday at home. She spent most of her life in Las Vegas. She is a graduate of Rancho High School in Vegas and a Pai Gow poker dealer. She later moved to Kentucky and was involved in a number of things, but her biggest joy was serving at the Goodwill store in Glasgow. She was able to help many, many people with her great personality and the ability to love people for just who they were. She loved to cook, crochet, do puzzles, and garden. She is survived by 2 daughters, Jessica Sheridan Bradley and her husband Jim Bradley, and Helena Schuster and her husband Tom. Grandchildren, Courtney Wilkie, Nicole Prunty, and Nicholas Prunty, Vincent Richards, Natalie Page Schuster, and Gabriella Nicole Schuster. 5 siblings, Gwendolyn Hanson, Vicki Mahaffey, Bob Norris, Larry Norris, and Jerry Norris. Mrs. Jesse chose cremation. A gathering with family and friends of Kathy Jesse will be held from 10 until noon on Sunday at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home in Glasgow. William Maxwell Hale Sr., that's William Maxwell Hale Sr., age 80, of Glasgow, died Thursday at Signature Healthcare. A native of Metcalfe County, he was a retired farmer and construction worker. Survivors include a son, William Maxwell Hale Jr., and wife Lisa of Greensburg, a daughter, Sharon Hale Jones, and husband Larry of Edmonton. Several grandchildren and great-grandchildren survive as well. Service for William Maxwell Hale Sr. will be at 2 o'clock today at Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Burial to be in the Heistville Cemetery. Montina Faye Murray, age 84, of Glasgow, died Thursday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. The Hart County native was a former postal clerk with the U.S. Postal Service in Glasgow and was a member of the First United Methodist Church. Survivors include her son, Carrie Nunn of Glasgow, 2 grandchildren, Chase Nunn and Chastity Wilson, 3 great-grandchildren, stepmother, Lola Mae Phillips of Glasgow, 3 stepsons, Bill Murray, Harold Murray of Glasgow, and John Murray of Beaver Dam. 1 stepdaughter, Jane Steffi of Glasgow. Half-sister, Sandra Galloway of Glasgow. A half-brother, Donnie Phillips of Horse Cave. Sister-in-law, Dorinda Phillips of Bowling Green. And special friends, Tara and Chris Spradlin of Glasgow, along with several step-grandchildren, survive. Services for Montina Faye Murray will be held at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, burial in the Happy Valley Memorial Gardens. Visitation begins after 10 a.m. Saturday morning at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Billy Joe Mitchell, age 77, of Oakland, died Wednesday peacefully at Hospice House of Southern Kentucky. The Warren County native was a farmer and a realtor and was employed by the Department of Education. He was a member of the Fairview Memorial Missionary Baptist Church. He served on the Warren County School Board for 12 years and was an Army veteran. His survivors include his wife, Judy Lowe Mitchell, his daughter, Molly Mitchell Copeland, 4 stepchildren, Chris Barnes, Kim Greca, Brandon McKinney, Bart McKinney, and 6 grandchildren, Kiara McKinney, Jeffrey Barnes, Rachel Barnes, Caitlin McKinney, Grant Greca, and Garrett Greca. 1 brother, Smith Mitchell. 2 step-great-grandchildren also survive. Services for Billy Joe Mitchell will be at noon Saturday at the Hardy & Son Funeral Home's Bowling Green Chapel. Burial will be in the Smiths Grove Cemetery. Visitation will be from 2 until 8 today and after 9 o'clock Saturday at the funeral home. The family suggests donations be made to Hospice of Southern Kentucky. Mitchell Edwards Fields, age 56, of Savoy, died Wednesday at his residence. He is survived by his wife, Beverly Fields, 3 children, Mitchell Dwayne Fields, Michelle Fields, and Tasha Wilson. 12 grandchildren, Jamison Pippin, Keenan Gossett, Alaya Gossett, Skylar Fields, Alexis Fields, Mara Fields, Zachary Putnam, and Elizabeth Alvarez, Katie Alvarez, Abigail Alvarez, and Angelina Fields, and Zemia Fields. 10 brothers and sisters, James William Fields, Nettie Pearl Fields, Jerry Wayne Fields, Linda Faye Klein, Patricia Ann Fancher, Robert Allen Fields, John Frank Fields, Tina Montoya, Francis Fields, and Diane Waters. Services for Mitchell Edwards Fields will be Saturday at 1 at Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home, with burial to be in the Pleasant Hill Cemetery at Randolph. Visitation will be after 11 o'clock today at the funeral home. Stanley Joe Light, Jr., age 41, of Tennessee, formerly of Burkesville, died Wednesday at his residence. He is survived by his father, Stanley Joe Light, of Cottonwood, Tennessee, his mother, Sandra Ray, of Burkesville, half-brothers Joe and Samuel Light of Cottonwood, stepbrothers Derek Ray and Travis Ray, both of Tennessee, and Timothy Lee Ray of Burkesville, stepsister Veda Ray of Virginia, and an uncle, Doug Templeman, of Donaldson, Tennessee. Service for Stanley Joe Light, Jr. will be at 6 o'clock Saturday night at Norris New Funeral Home. Visitation after 3 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. Selva Faye Baker Gilbert, age 91, of Columbia, formerly of Burkesville, died Tuesday at Signature Healthcare in Glasgow. She is survived by her children, Donald Hay Gilbert of Burkesville, Margaret Faye Gilbert of Columbia, siblings Etta Horde of Lebanon, Yvonne Harden of Fairview, and several grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Service for Selva Faye Baker Gilbert will be at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon at Norris New Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Smiths Grove Cemetery in Cumberland County. Visitation will be afternoon Saturday at the funeral home. Service for James Arthur Gum, age 73, of Edmonton, will be today at 2 o'clock at Butler Funeral Home. Burial to be in the Bragg Cemetery. Service for Suetta Spears Adams, age 64, of Tompkinsville, will be at 11 o'clock this morning at the Strode Funeral Home in Tompkinsville. Burial will follow in the Bailey Cemetery at Heston. Memorials are suggested to the American Cancer Society. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Mom, I Pierce carpet store yet? Wow! Boring, 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 boring. Wow! Hey, let's go to the warehouse. Okay. Wow, look how tall that carpet is. Look how soft the carpet is.
Hey, boys, y'all come back to Pierce Carpet, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'm sure glad we came to Pierce Carpet.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Your hometown healing begin.
It is 6:34 WCLU and 66 degrees this morning. Let's turn to local sports. Harvey is messing with the football schedule around here, and we're going to bring you up to date on everything. First of all, let me tell you that the Barron County Trojan football team is going to travel to Lindsey Wilson College in Columbia tonight. They're going to face Adair County. Both teams are still looking for their first victories this season as the Trojans fell to Allen County Scottsville last week. The Indians dropped a decision to Taylor County. The game time for tonight is at 7 p.m. Now, originally, this was to be the homecoming contest for the Barron County Trojans, but because of the weather and because of the business of having to travel over there to Columbia for all of that, has been moved to the Edmonson County game. Homecoming will be at the Edmonson County game. That will be the information for that is going to be 7 p.m., and let's see here. Let me give you more information about that. The homecoming activities scheduled for tonight are being postponed. The band will also not be performing before the game tonight. Athletic Director Warren Cunningham says the kickoff, however, will still be at 7 o'clock tonight, so you want to be aware of that. But again, all the homecoming activities, and there were a lot of them planned, but those have been moved to the Edmonson County contest, which is coming up next week. I want to be sure that you know about that. Other high school football games around the area tonight. Caverna visits Todd Central. Hart County entertains Bardstown Bethlehem. Monroe County plays at Warren Central. Warren East hosts Wayne County. And Greene County travels to Berea. Now remember, the Glasgow-Fort Campbell football game that was scheduled for home tonight has been postponed until tomorrow afternoon. Now, the contest will be tomorrow afternoon starting with a 4 o'clock kickoff. Actually, we're going to be starting at 4 o'clock with a pregame show on the radio here in WCLU. The kickoff will be at 4:30 at Hank Royce Stadium, and that is tomorrow afternoon. Several teams will be playing tomorrow afternoon because of the weather instead of tonight. Metcalfe County will host Callaway County. Allen County Scottsville faces Greenwood, but they're going to play that game at Warren East High School. Bowling Green will entertain Louisville St. Xavier, and South Warren takes on Franklin Simpson at Warren East High School. So it's all whopper jaw. We'll be talking about that throughout the day today, and it's online at WCLUradio.com. Let's just be careful navigating through this Harvey mess, and that's what it is, a mess. And we'll talk about that in just a second in the weather forecast and some updated travel information.
If you find Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Do you drop your change in the bottom of your purse? Did you know that loose change could help someone struggling to pay their electric bill? The Glasgow EPB has partnered with Community Relief for a new roundup program. By agreeing to have your EPB bill rounded to the next highest dollar, the change will be provided to Community Relief to help the less fortunate here in our community. Your spare pennies can make a huge difference for those struggling to pay for their vital electricity. If you're interested in the program, please call the Glasgow EPB at 651-8341.
Mom, are we at Parish Carpet Store yet? Wow! Boring. Wow! Hey, let's go to the warehouse. Okay. Wow, look how tall that carpet is. Look how soft the carpet is.
Hey, boys, y'all come back to Parish Carpet, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'm sure glad we came to Parish Carpet.
Insurance companies. You are paying the premiums they ask for, so you should be getting what you paid for. We make sure they honor their commitment. We dispute denials and get clear answers on questions of what's covered and what's not. If your insurance company has too much control over your health care,
take it back.
Glasgow Prescription Center in the Southgate Plaza is on your side.
6:39, 21 before 7 o'clock, 66 degrees at the studios of WCLU. Let's go ahead and talk weather, and we'll check in with the staff meteorologists on duty who have been watching this and advising us as we have come through the overnight hours with the heavy rainfall and now the flash flood warning. We've still got another hour or so to go on that, and that's with good reason. There's a lot of rain still out there. Let's check in with the staff meteorologist on duty today at the Weather Channel, and that is going to be Jeff Marr.
Once we get past some wet weather today and starting off Saturday, we'll finally get a chance to dry out from later Saturday afternoon into Sunday and Labor Day. In the meantime, a flash flood watch remains in effect through late tonight with gusty winds and periods of heavy rain from this morning to the afternoon hours. The high today only around 69 degrees. More rain is possible tonight with a low of 55. Finally, showers will taper off into Saturday afternoon with a high near 70. Then dry and warmer for Sunday and Labor Day on Monday with sunshine and highs in the low to mid 80s. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
And we have 5.03 inches of rain in, let's see, just about 12 hours is this is when it started raining a bit last night, but 5.03 in the rain gauge. Northeast winds at 12 miles an hour, 99% humidity, and waking up with 66 degrees here at the studios of WCLU this morning, as we check on the weather, and we're going to be looking for more rain on the radar screen continuing. Let me zoom in right here just a little bit and tell you about the radar. So far, we have a line of showers, pretty heavy. It's a narrow line, but it's pretty heavy, coming through northern Allen County over to parts of Monroe County this morning, and then a pretty good little downpour coming in parts of Barron County. It's on the southeast side of Barron County at this time. But you need to be aware of the potential for some things to really ramp up rain-wise, because there's quite a bit of moisture still out there to be had as Harvey continues to barrel through here. If you have travel problems you need for us to pass along, like the calls we have been getting all throughout the morning about various problems with trees being down. Had a unusually large amount of information on trees being down, but also it's one of those days today where we are trying to let you know about flooding, water over the roadway, things of that nature, because a lot of places that don't normally flood are going to be flooding. Hence the National Weather Service flash flood warning that continues until 7:45. You may discover some new places where the water gets over the roadway, and we have to be aware of that and drive with caution today. 66 degrees now at WCLU. Let's go ahead and move into our birthday list for today so that we don't get too far behind right here, but we're talking about important things such as weather, and birthdays are pretty important today as well.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
That is a good idea indeed. Let me tell you about our honorees here so far we know about for today, like Mr. Eugene Martin. Mr. Eugene is 96 today. Lynn Beals celebrates. Gail Kearney, Jimmy Botts, Sonia Eaton, Keegan Jackson. Keegan is 4 today. Sharon Moss, Heather Pettigo, Jeff Coulter. Jeff, your mama called up to wish you a happy birthday this morning. Also, Tanya Howard. Tanya is turning 51 today. We have anniversaries today for Steve and Sharon Sutherland, Mike and Madonna Young, David and Tina Petticuff. Their 28th anniversary is today. And we have Tony and Angela Sneed. Their 28th wedding anniversary is today, too. Saturday birthdays, Christy Owens, who will be 48, Penny Edwards, Brenna Cleveland, Mike Harlow, and Ray Billingsley with birthdays on Saturday. Brian and Kim Shields have a wedding anniversary. Jeff and Laura Bennett have a 28th wedding anniversary on Saturday, September the 2nd as well. That sounds weird, doesn't it? September the 2nd. Now, why don't we say September the 3rd? That's what Sunday's going to be. And we have Adam Richardson turning 35 Sunday. Laura Brock Bennett, Becky Riley, John Simmons, Clay Thomas Bowman is going to be 11 on Sunday. Tori Hunt, Faye Kinslow, Todd Barber. My goodness, Miss Carly Tabor is going to be 9 on Sunday. Robert Hayes is going to be 55, and Kenneth Riley is going to be 73. And then we have Mike and Judy Wilburn with their 46th wedding anniversary on Sunday. 6519149, 800-956-1023 online. It is WCLUradio.com. Thanks to Ralphie's Fun Center. Let's fast forward right now and jump into the archives.